Hello. It is December 22nd, Journal 16. I'm driving in my car recording this one just because time has gotten to me and this is sort of the best time that I can do it. So I apologize because the camera is not going to be the greatest. And I also apologize because I'm not trying to copy Sam Sulek here. I've mentioned before, he's just a good guy, and I've taken influence from him in some ways, when it comes to like just daily chat videos. But no, this is not my intention. So please, for the love of God, right now I'm currently on my way to my girlfriend's house for a Christmas party with her, some of my friends and some of her friends, which sort of just directly leads me into the topic, which is frustration, dealing with frustration. So you might be not necessarily understanding how those two things connect, and just for the sake of clarity and being brief, I will just say that like when it was coming time to decide whether or not we wanted to go, my friends and I, that is, it was just, we were struggling to communicate, and I'm not gonna go at this yellow light here, gotta play it safe. We were struggling to communicate and no one was really saying anything, and I just got super frustrated because I love my friends to death, but it's something we struggle on together. I'm not the greatest at it either. Communication, saying what we really want to do, making decisions, things like this. And I'm just thinking about frustration on the whole lately. It does not feel good to be frustrated. It sort of makes you wound up and coiled up, and you feel like you could kind of blow at any second. At least that's me. Maybe I have anger management issues. I probably do. Which, hey, that might come at a later date in a separate journal. But no, so that was a challenge. And you got to make it clear to people when your frustrations are sort of, when they deal with people. I feel as if you got to make it clear. And so I did today, and I try to do it in a nice way, but I always feel as if I'm sort of like compensating, like, because we're all guys. I always feel like if I do it, it's gonna make me look weak to some degree. But why would I worry about that? Things like that are where stoicism sort of does make sense, if you will. And they handled it well. I was like, if I'm going over the line right now, let me know. If I'm being too much, let me know, because talking about rationality yesterday, sometimes I don't know, in an attempt to over-rationalize, or in an attempt to rationalize, you can over-rationalize and therefore not be rational. I think that was sort of the point I was trying to make yesterday. And yeah, so I was skeptical of that, and it was really no big deal. See, I've never driven with my light on like this for such an extended period of time. Hopefully I don't get pulled over, but I guess it is a free country. Maybe it's a free country. That being said, I did say I wanted to talk about laziness, which I'll just touch on it briefly because I don't want to be doing this for too long. I'm a little scaredy cat. So in Ozark, the show that I've been watching, which I know it's a bit older now, I wasn't up to date on it, but it's pretty good. And something happens with the family, and they take the daughter in instead of the non-family members that were a part of the crime. The police, that is, they take the daughter in because they know that it makes it easier, their job easier, because the family has money and the non-family members don't have money. So, you know, the situation's less of a hassle for them because they can just make them pay money and then it's over with, as opposed to actually going through like due process. And it was interesting how like the main character is talking to the sheriff about laziness in an efficient manner. You'd never really think about laziness that way, do you? It's like productive laziness, and that got me thinking big time. I was like, is that something I've been doing a lot lately? I sort of think it has. You know, these journals aren't necessarily productive laziness because I think they're helping me, but like in terms of making videos, they could be, which I want to keep making them and I will, but I need to start fucking making my real videos again. I need to go harder at the gym and just harder in the paint in general in life. So yeah, that got me thinking. You're essentially working smarter, not harder, which both have their pros and cons, but I think you gotta do both, and maybe work harder is the go-to. Which is funnily enough, it's a question on Lex Friedman's application. Don't ask me why I know about it. And I said work smarter because I feel like working smarter is harder. But now I might be disagreeing with myself. And I think that's a relatively good place to leave, because now I'm in a better mood. It feels good to know that like you've changed your thoughts and opinions and beliefs on something, and you've given it more thought, more time to marinate, and yeah, I think you get the point.